Here we go, team. Episode number 40. This week's episode of the podcast is sponsored by Features. Features re-engineered the sock to help you perform your best. Features are designed to be ignored so you can just move. Features are also giving away at least 100 free pairs of socks for the first 100 people to join us at the official Christchurch Marathon Shakeout Run, happening at 9:30 a.m. Saturday the 12th of April at the Christchurch Marathon Expo in Hagley Park. So come and join us for your pre-race run. Grab a pair of socks and maybe even a pure gel, and we'll see you on the start line. Hey, it's Oska from the Frontrunner Colombo.
And Tom from the Frontrunner Colombo.
And Anna from the Frontrunner Colombo.
And Kat from Back on Track Sports.
And we are doing the Runner Man. Welcome to Run Special, our weekly running specialty podcast where we talk about the human locomotive movement we call running and everything that goes into it. But I do feel like we need an intro dance.
The Running Man.
The Running Man. If anyone who's not watching is like, are they doing it? Just for context.
Tom's
Two of
not.
us are.
The oldest in the room.
The losers are doing it.
What else could we do that would be like a welcome to the party? No?
Can move on.
We can move on. And Anna just swiped left. Is that?
Yeah.
Yep. Is that nope? Not
That's a
doing
no.
that. That's a no. Whole idea of this is that we keep you company for one of your runs during the week. Maybe keep you entertained, maybe part ways with a little bit of knowledge, but mostly I just enjoy sitting with a couple of friends, shooting the shit and having a giggle. So welcome to us shooting the shit and having a giggle. The poll. Not the poll that Tom likes, the poll that we put up on our Instagram channel.
Why is it always me that gets thrown under the bus? I sit here so innocently. Just like,
It's even worse because I used the bus analogy on my Facebook post last night. Like, just all the people on my bus. It's so much fun.
That was cute.
Yeah. Poll last week, we asked what time of the day do you like training? We had like nearly 300 votes. Actually, I have a confession to make.
You made fake profiles.
Yeah.
yeah, those 300 were me.
Yeah, I'm paying everyone to vote. No, I have a confession to make. This is actually episode 40.2.
Or 40.5 is
40.5.
sometimes
Yeah.
like to do.
And because we had a little technical interruption yesterday, and if you wanted to watch the four of us just sit here and make mouth shapes, you could.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear shit.
But you couldn't hear anything. I'm sure there would be some people who'd want to sit there and just watch us sit here for an hour. But anyway, so we're
To be honest, the content was, you're not missing out on much.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was Tom's best episode.
Yeah. I'm really disappointed.
But I think we were all a little bit distracted, maybe yesterday, with everything that was kind of going on. So I feel present. I feel locked in. Got the goggles on. Locked in.
And we have Max help. So.
And it really goes to show that if we don't have an episode written, it's probably not amazing. Anyway, thanks, Mac. Love you, big guy. Now I'm just trying to fill space to bring this poll results up because I can't remember it from yesterday. Do you guys remember it?
65% said the morning
Did they?
or something like that.
Yeah.
60% said morning, 10% said midday, 30% said evening.
Who are my midday runners?
Yeah.
Hit me up.
Not
That's what
many.
I run.
Yeah. Slide
Not
into
many.
Cat's DMs for a run.
Not many.
Not many.
Not
Not
many.
many.
I feel like we've won. Tom just contributed
To a
to a
song.
dance party. And I didn't even hear it as soon as he
I
started.
played my
It's
role.
also an old song, so yeah.
Great song.
Uh,
How many dudes you know, Roland?
not many.
Hey, even I know that song.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, if a random person does slide into your DMs and says, "Hey, do you want a lunchtime run?" How are you flagging that? Like, are you doing some? You're not just replying straight back. Are you doing a little bit of groundwork to see if they're gonna?
I would hope so.
You'd
Go
probably
into
have to
their
look at their
profile.
profile first, yeah. Make sure they're not just some fake profile. Or
Maybe meet in a public place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that what Strava was supposed to be?
meet at the shop.
Was Strava supposed to be a? Or I tell you where we called meet. At the car wash. Oh,
See,
No?
at least mine made sense, Oscar.
You're just singing songs.
Yeah, fine. Oh, whatever. I'll get roasted. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Has anyone actually gotten Strava DMs though?
No, I haven't. I haven't got a Strava DM.
Nope.
No.
I don't have Strava.
Well,
That is a lie.
Tom might have Strava.
You might be able to find a profile that says Tom Muley, but it's not me. I promise.
So you actually have created.
I think
fake
the
profiles.
hack is you have to be able to spell Mulai, right?
That's always a challenge.
I'm not telling you how to spell it.
Yeah, it's
But it isn't the title.
Moolie.
Yeah.
Look that up on Strava.
I'm on there somewhere, but it's not me.
And the interwebs,
I'm in the ether.
Ethernet somewhere. Training weeks. I'm feeling kind of boogieing now. I'm kind of boogieing around. Just feeling.
You're feeling fresh.
I'm feeling fresh. Probably because I had an easy run. Who wants to go first?
Probably would have felt fresh if you had a day off.
Hey, look, Tom.
Yeah, let's talk about Monday. Oscar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and Kat would have made some money if there was some money on the line.
Oh, why didn't you place a bet?
Because we were bidding for the
We would
same
say
thing.
it would have to be against you, so you'd have to pay us.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be a conflict of interest.
We'd have
Should
to.
have gone with Mad or something.
Yeah.
But he told me to go running.
So that's botched betting. That.
Yeah, it's like insider trading.
But Oscar said he wasn't going to run on Monday.
Okay, I fucking lied.
He ran.
Newsflash.
30 minutes.
I put text on the story.
Yeah.
Story text. No, the full. If you didn't listen to last week, I said that I might consider
A day off.
a day of not running. Now, I talked to my very intelligent, long-standing coach for a long time on the phone on Sunday night, and we decided between the two of us that it was in the best interests of my tendons to at least do 30 minutes on Monday morning. You know? So that's what we did. But we're not going to talk about me. We're going to talk about Kat.
Yay. My tendons are great.
My
That's a
tendons
lie.
are having a party.
Yeah, no, I mean, my training week was pretty, well, back to normal. Really, after the tramp, I was sore, by the way, very sore for a couple of days, but just got back into normal trainings. So I've had 3 big sessions over the last week. My first one I did was 20 Ks of 1K on, 500 off. So 1Ks were like 3:35s and the 500 off were sub 4 minutes. Yeah, it was a long session. The worst thing is this Saturday I've got to do 30K of the same thing. So can't wait for that. But yeah, I mean, it was good just getting like change of pace stuff and keeping the float under 4 minutes. Yeah, just like nice continuous effort, really. My second session I did was the 4x5K. Typically would only do 3x5K, but yeah, this week had a 4th one. So I did find it quite mentally challenging. And yeah, pace again was around 3:35s and ended up nailing it in the end. So yeah, feeling really confident with that one. Yeah, and then my last Tuesday session, I can't even remember what I did. So must have
Kat's
been
glycogen
really-
depleted and
Need some jelly beans.
Let me
how
look
good
it
how good
up.
are jelly beans?
Do you remember we had those jelly beans in the shop and me and Judd and Nick
Oh,
were just
sport
eating
beans?
them all?
Bro, they were elite.
They were literally just jelly
They were
beans,
jelly
though.
beans with
No,
caffeine in them.
and electrolytes.
Yeah, and electrolytes. Yeah,
All
they
in
were
the
so
Brandon.
good.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe
that's still a thing.
Maybe that's where we're going wrong. We should do something like that.
Maybe we need to get them back for racing.
Mm.
You get quite a good boot having a good amount of sugar before you run.
So, Kat, you feel like you've bounced back pretty well
Yeah.
after going tramping?
Yeah, I mean, I literally only took 3 days off, so yeah, and it was kind of an intense 3 days walking. But yeah, just slotted straight back into trainings. But I am like starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel now. I feel like this is, I mean, I don't know because I only get my training plans week by week, but I feel like this is like the last big week, and then next week's a travel week, and then I only have 2 weeks after that, which
Yeah.
is crazy, but I'm getting excited.
What date is London
27th. Yep. So,
coming up?
yeah, not long to go.
It's crazy when you get close.
I know, especially when I've just been grinding away for like 6 months. So now I'm actually getting really excited to race.
Marathon training is a relentless pursuit of nothingness.
It's not for the weak.
No. It does make you strong, though, unless it breaks you.
Yep.
And then
Could go either way.
then could be not much fun. I mean, we warmed up together on Sunday.
Yep, Sunday.
You were moving really well, like,
Yeah.
particularly maybe in that second and fourth rep.
Yeah. Yeah. The second one was great. First two were great. The third one, man, I had to battle through some like mental stuff.
Mental demons.
Yeah. And I literally just had to break the fourth rep completely down, like K by K, and just think. I honestly, when I started, I was like, just get to 3K and that's fine. Like if we do 3 good reps and then 1 rep at 3K, that's totally fine. But then it always happens the same. You get to that 3K mark and you hit pace and you think, well, what's another 2K? So
Yeah, what's another 2K among friends?
yeah.
Just hanging out.
So yeah, I'm honestly like just real happy with the entire block. It's been super consistent and I've just been hitting everything I've needed to do. So
I think you've done a pretty phenomenal job of staying the course
yeah.
and like turning up
Yep.
every day, and you're like, I don't know what version of me is coming.
Yeah. But it's out there.
Yeah.
And it's doing something.
Absolutely.
I think it's been quite good how we've cycled it like every 4 or 5 weeks. We've had a down week too. So yeah, just meant my body's been able to handle the load quite well.
We do preach that, don't we?
Yep.
A rest week
Yep.
somewhere, whatever the load is.
Yep.
How about you, Anna?
Well, it's kind of good that we had to re-record because I didn't have anything to talk about yesterday when we recorded. But I did my first wee session back after being quite sick for a couple of weeks. So literally was just trying to get something out, some sort of speed out there. So I just had 2 by 8 minutes. So very chilled out with nice warm up and warm down. Andy and I spoke about it yesterday and we changed it to RPE instead of hitting my usual pace range. But I ended up being able to hit it and not feel too bad anyway. So I think that the coach was right, and sometimes you do just need to get out there and feel a bit rough to start off with, but it actually felt pretty good at the end. And it was also a nice break after my exam and before I started my essay, which was due this morning.
Yeah, you should tell everyone how
Close.
you were to getting that in, because you're one of the most organised people I've met.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Like,
that
if we-
was surprising.
If we're sitting in a room full of the 4 of us, Tom and I don't even know what organisation is.
No, we just live in the chaos.
Like, what is a deadline?
Yeah.
You guys.
To me, it just sounds like something you walk over.
Deal with the consequences later.
Yeah. Seek forgiveness. Ignore it. Ignore consequence. No, anyway.
Yeah, so it was due at 10 a.m. this morning, and I was up at 6 trying to get it
Because
finished.
you text me.
Yeah, I texted you last night, being so it was really boring. It was supply chain management. So it was an essay about that, and I chose to do it on Puma because I was like, oh yeah, I know someone at Puma, so I could ask them about
That's super ironic now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, about it, but then I was like, then I left it a bit last minute, and then I was like, oh, a bit late to do that, and then so I texted Oska at 10 last night. I was like, hey.
Help.
So yeah, that was good, but I got it in with 5 minutes to spare, but that's okay.
So you had more time left than it takes Sam Ruth to run 1,500 metres.
Yeah, exactly. So
I like that.
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy to think about that, but yeah.
And you seem a little more relaxed today, because yesterday you were...
Yeah, I was stressing yesterday, but no, I'm chilling now.
chilling and grilling. What is your favourite barbecue item?
Those chicken skewers, flavoured like the satay chicken.
The kebabs.
Yeah, kebabs, yeah.
Yeah.
Tom?
Just sausages, I think.
Your dad.
Sizzlers.
Yes. Oh, no. Just actual sausages,
Nah.
yeah.
So
Oh, lamb's good too.
Oh,
Lamb on the barbecue's good.
was it post Christchurch 2 years ago or post road relays? Not last year, the year before last.
What,
we
the
were
party
at your
does?
place.
Oh, yeah.
Tom's dad made the most elite sausages.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Were they elite because they were elite, or was it elite because it was post road relays?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I kissed them.
I do recall that.
Okay, because of the chicken, I said, thank you, Alan.
Yeah. I think they were just normal sausages, but we were all just really toasted at
I
the
think
time.
I wandered into the kitchen. So I need some help.
Yeah.
What about those cheese-filled sausages
Oh,
though
nah.
that they can't even call sausages
Not
because
even-
they
but
don't
it's-
even have enough meat?
that's gross.
Can't do them, eh?
What do we? This is controversial. What do we? I like every time I say something, I play with this to take my mind off the fact that I'm saying it. And this is the microphone handle, not anything else. Thank you, Tom. Do we think they should make non-meat products in the shape of meat
No,
things?
no. If you
No.
don't want to eat meat, why would you want to have like a fake meat that looks exactly like meat? The reason you don't want to eat meat because it reminds you of like animal product, right? So
Yeah, and they're so processed too.
Like who wants a soybean sausage?
No thanks.
not for me.
Nah, it's weird, isn't it? Or like the bacon that looks like bacon that isn't bacon. Like that's not bacon.
There are fried eggs you can get now
No.
that are vegan fried eggs.
Do you know that chickens peep poo and lay an egg out of the same hole?
Do now.
I mean, is
So
it
do people.
no?
Okay, luckily you're in finance, not biology.
I got two kids and I myself, and I can confirm that is not true.
If you just say something confidently enough.
I mean, that's an efficient animal. There's a funny term that they use, and I can't remember what it's called, where the rooster makes it not a egg you can eat. They fertilize the egg. It's a weird thing. I got to find out. It's a weird. Anyway.
My irrational fear is that I'll crack an egg open and there'll be a chicken side.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Anyway, sorry guys.
What about your week, Turbo? Technical Tommy.
Technical Tommy. That was a pretty good week.
You had your double threshold.
Yeah, had my double threshold, which was good fun. New stimulus to add to the system, which was good. Quite enjoyed it. Had Kat to warm down with, so that was nice. And then joined the swim squad, so that's been hectic. Just getting my ass whipped every single day in the pool, so
Need it though.
needed. Yeah.
How's your
And
ego?
Needed. Oh, it's fine. I don't have an ego. Why does everyone laugh like I'm lying? No, I quite like it because it forces you to focus on the little things. And swimming is all about little things and technique and like where you should be catching water and all that kind of carry on. So there's a lot of things to think about as well as trying to swim fast. So it's challenging for sure, but I quite enjoy it. So
Do you just naturally swim faster if you get those things right?
yeah.
Because swimming's like about trying less.
Yep.
Is that why runners suck at swimming?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I feel like if you relax when you run, though, you move faster, though.
True.
Like
That's
more
true.
effortless.
Yeah. But I feel like training is kind of about trying
Yeah,
harder.
yeah.
Like you just try and run
Constantly
faster.
pushing.
Yeah.
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 It shouldn't it should feel effortless speed. Like you should feel easy when you're going fast, kind of deal.
Definitely not a swimmer.
Yeah. Me either. But we're getting there. We're trying. Yeah, so that was pretty normal week, really. I mean, apart from the double threshold, which was the new addition to the week.
What are you guys thinking with a double threshold? Like what's the science behind that? Why would someone try it and not try it?
Yeah, it's more so that I'm not running 8 days a week anymore, or 9 days a week, because I'm doing the swimming and the biking. So I need to try to get 2 workouts in. And really the only way to do that, doing 5 days a week running or 6 days a week running, is doing them on the same day. Otherwise you just cram in too many hard efforts with not enough recovery between them. And the idea, I guess, behind double threshold is you get the same amount of work done, but without the risk of going over that threshold and buggering yourself, essentially. And having 6 hours or 5 hours between it is more than enough time to recover. But basically spiking your heart rate or getting yourself into the aerobic or anaerobic zone twice in the day is, I guess, better than 2 days, 5 days apart or whatever.
Do you find too that your discipline is better?
Yeah.
Like for the workouts, if you've got one workout like Cat Night and Taurus, we're going to just smash it. So because we know we've got
Couple days.
4 days to worry
I think,
about.
you have to really run within the zones that you're prescribed. Otherwise, you'll pay for it like that afternoon. So it's super important to, I think the OAC Europe guys say it really well and like keep it clean, not get carried away on any kind of rep. Just do pure threshold running. Like sometimes you can get carried away in a workout and slowly ramp it down, and your last rep's like maybe a little bit too quick for what it should be. But with 2 workouts in the one day, it's like, no, I just need to run that. And you feel like, I mean, felt surprisingly good after it and did a longish run 2 days after and legs felt good. So I think it shows that it's doable, and that was kind of what we were going for, just to see if I would hold up all right.
Is one harder than the other, or are they both supposed to be?
Well, technically, double
same?
threshold should be like the same. I mean, your threshold pace is your threshold pace. You just change the length of the rep and the rest between them sometimes. But mine was more like a tempo in the morning and then a threshold in the afternoon.
So volume stays the same for both sessions as well? Or?
Nah, it differs. So like I had 5 by 5 minutes in the morning and then 6 by 800. So way less volume in the afternoon, but just a little bit less rest between the reps. And obviously for me, it was faster doing it threshold and then tempos in the morning. But if you're doing, say, double threshold, then the rep length just changes, I think, which the volume changes with that as well.
And how did you find pulling up 1-2 days later?
It's fine. Yeah. Like, I think because if you do have your zones right, you shouldn't really feel that bad. Like that, I guess the only thing I would feel fatigued from is I did 30K in one day, which
is a lot for you.
Which is a lot for me, yeah. I've never done that before, but it didn't feel like 30K on the day because I didn't do it all at once. And then I had like 4K warm up, 4K cool down kind of deal. And you just do those at whatever pace you feel like. So I think it's probably going to be the way I'll go forward with it. Do a double workout day and then one long run and then 3 or 4 easy runs with some strides. So yeah,
quite an efficient way to do it for you.
Yeah, I think quite a lot of triathletes are starting to do it now, just for that main reason that most triathletes don't go run 110K a week because actually the top guys do, but like a top triathlete running 100Ks a week is probably like a top runner running 180K a week just with the extra volume they get. So just doing it a safer way, I guess, within their realm.
I think it's super interesting.
Yeah, it is.
To see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an exciting addition to like your training, and it's going to be amazing. Interesting to see how your tendons and joints respond, and whether or not the extra stimulus actually helps.
Yeah.
Because you had some shockwave.
Yep. Shockwave on Tuesday this week.
And that was your Achilles or your plantar?
Yeah, Achilles. Yeah. So
what do you think?
I mean, I haven't felt too much of a difference. Rebecca said you wouldn't feel it after 1. It's normally after 2 and 3 sometimes feel a difference.
Usually after the 3rd.
Yeah, the 3rd, and that's when they kind of know if it's doing anything or not. So it's going to be a bit tricky because I'll get second one next week, and then the next one will be after I've run a half marathon. So I might just be sore from that in general, but we'll see. If it's not sore after that, then it's probably worked. But yeah, we're just trying to clear up the rest of the mush in there, I think.
The mush?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's basically what it was. Like the tendons, just a part of the tendons turned to mush. Like degeneration. So
you're way too young for that.
Yeah. But I've had Achilles issues for like 3 years. So it's just build up of that. But essentially, if you can get the fascia moving and get the collagen to start that process again, then it should be able to rebuild itself.
The body's pretty clever. I was talking to a guy who his nerves down his leg were growing 1 millimeter a day, and he reckoned he could feel it might have been a car accident or something.
Most of it, yeah.
And he was like, he started off no feeling in his leg, and now 3 years later he can kind of, and he says he wakes up and it's like electric shocks as the next nerve ending wakes up.
That's kind of cool.
That's pretty buzzy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that's yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it's good.
Mate, you're gonna be fit as. You're already fit as.
Aerobically, I'm fitter than I've ever been, but I've done 2 workouts before the double threshold, so I'm always on the undercooked side of it, but I don't really mind that.
Are you on the undercooked side, or are we just all overcooked?
I don't know.
You're probably just normal.
Yeah. No. I'm well aware I push mine way too hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say I'm still like a little bit undercooked. I could probably run 90k a week, but I don't.
Do you know what isn't undercooked? A cloacal contact, which is what you call it when a rooster fertilizes a chicken egg. Cloacal contact.
That's when you'll crack the egg open and there'll be a...
But the funniest thing about that is they both have holes, so it's kind of just like scissor action.
Oh, jeez.
And this unimpressed face is so good. I'm literally just going to say shit to get that reaction. I just want the reaction. What else? Sperm can remain viable within the hen's oviduct for several weeks after mating. Unlucky. That's some serious sperm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rooster's loud and obnoxious. Yeah. Once the hen's egg is fertilized, it's called a zygote. There you go.
I knew that one.
Correct, yeah.
We could have.
I knew that one.
I'm pretty sure that's the same with people.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one actually is.
Yeah.
Oh, buzzy. How often does a
Although
rooster?
I'm gonna double check every biology statement from Anna.
See, I didn't say that one with as much confidence.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe.
I also felt unbelievable pressure typing that into Google while Anna watched because I couldn't spell fertilizers.
Fertilizers.
But he's also searching cock fertilization.
Yeah, that's it. Cock and hen.
Katie's going to get back and look at your history and just be like, what the hell
Yeah,
did
well,
they
this
talk
because
about
I'm logged
today?
into my Google profile. It's going to go to every computer in the shop.
Oh,
Cock
no.
and hen.
If you get hacked, people be like,
What the hell?
Yeah, what is
maybe
this?
we let him be.
FBI is not even asking a question. Like, they're not even worried about it. Maybe we could have like facts of the day. I think we talked about this already, didn't we? Have it like
So Oska, how's your training week?
mate, my training week has been cloacal good. I've fertilized so many of my
Oh my God! Stop.
endurance eggs. Isn't that what we're doing? We're creating endurance eggs
No.
to fertilize performance. No, that's a bit weak.
Cells.
Bit of a stretch. It's cells. It's all just
Red blood
into
cells, white blood cells.
microbial.
Atoms.
Just atoms. Just
Oh,
okay.
we're really deep here.
Yeah, that's about as deep as you go, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, they split it.
Yeah, they split.
Yeah, now look
Shout
where
out to Rutherford.
my guy.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Oh, that's good.
That is quite good actually. I enjoyed that. So my week, I would say that last week I felt unbelievably stressed about the marathon week. I'll be totally honest. I think there's like, I just felt like we were, until we had our meeting on whatever day we had our meeting on, I just felt like we were just sinking in the ship. And mostly because I had so much in my head like that needed to be sorted, and I found that when the weeks are like 160, 170, 180k, I'm too tired to use the running time to organize my thoughts. When the mileage is like 120, 140, 150, it's like a relaxing, almost sort of like meditative exercise where I do my easy hour in the morning. But I'm so fucking tired that it was just like eat some food, go running, have a shower, come in the shop, get asked a million questions, go running, eat some food, go home, get asked a million questions, go to sleep. Like it was kind of, so I felt like last week I probably wasn't on top of lots of stuff, which is fine. Sometimes you just have to delegate, and then also try and figure out what's important and what's not. Like I think you can get really overwhelmed with lots of stuff, and then you kind of okay, what actually needs my attention right now, and then am I just trying to do all these things that mean nothing? What's important and what's not. So
Do you make a list?
Anna has made me a list that has exclamation marks for the things that need priority.
Perfect.
There's a 3.
Loves the priority list.
Yeah, it's a 3 exclamation marks for the ones that you have to fucking do yesterday. Is that how it's working?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, we were sitting on the couch. Katie was like, "This is amazing. Can I make one for the house?"
Oh, so good.
So my life is going to be run by notes and exclamation marks shortly. I did my 12 by 3 minutes last Wednesday. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like. It's a hard workout anyway. It's basically, for all intents and purposes, 12 by K. I did it in Hagley Park, and I did it. So 6 of the reps were on the last 1K of the marathon course because I just wanted to visualize what it's going to be like coming through those reckoning gates, seeing 2 hours 11:30 on the clock, and knowing that I've got to kick down and get stuck in if I want to have a go at running the 2:15:15 that I want to run. But it was just tough. I was tired as hell. We warmed up together. I was no fun. Chris was there. I sucked. We warmed up at like 4:50s, and I was like, how am I even going to...
It was a shuffle.
Yeah, I was like, how am I even going to get my body moving in a 3-minute kilometre, let alone a low 3-minute kilometre? But look, I did, because I'm me. And I'm a stubborn old prick. And
So is 2:15 the record?
yeah, 2:15:17 is the record.
2:15:17.
Yeah. So it's in my mind. I want to have a go. I think if the day gives it to me, and I feel like, in particular, Anna and I are really organised with the marathon stuff to an extent right now. I have to just let it go and know that they're going to do a great job, and that's part of being a good leader, is just letting go and just trusting that it will work. I know that Tom's going to give me a hand with the shakeout run, and so is Ben and Pip, so we're going to have that covered. So I just need to start going through my processes. Sunday I did 4 by a lap in South Hague with the Adizero Adios Pro Evo ones for the first time. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Fucking mental, like crazy, but yeah.
I saw you on your warm-up strides.
Yeah.
Gone.
So that was a much better workout. I was moving really well. I think I averaged 3:10s across the whole 15K. And I felt like that I could at least run that fast for 30K. So I know if I back that off a little bit, get stuck in, be a bit more recovered, fill myself up with sugar, try and get a bit of emotion going, all that stuff, that good stuff that kind of brings you up to have a good day, that I can do that. And then on Wednesday, we decided that we'd join my long run and workout together to give me an extra day's rest. So Matt and I decided that. And so I did a hour 40 run with 40 minutes at tempo in the middle in the Adidas shoes again, with no stopping for the warm up. It was just 40 minutes at 4:15s. As soon as that clicked 40 minutes, bang the watch straight to a 3:25. That feels like shit, doesn't it? Bang. It's like, make that roll. And then average 3:19s or 3:18s for that 40 minutes, and then warm down back to the shop for 20 minutes. So yeah, feels a little bit weird to only kind of have run 140K in the 7 days. When I was up 170, 180, I'm getting a bit agitated, but that's okay. It's time. I got 10 days to go. So
Yeah, countdown's on.
I know we had a question on Instagram about my plan. We're going to leave that to next week because I think it'll be a bit more.
Is that your race day plan?
My race day plan, yeah, like how I'm going to attack it. And I want to have one more conversation with Matt just to really make sure we iron in the details of what we're doing and, try and, I guess, put me in the best possible position to perform as well as I can. Definitely done the training for it. It's just about how that day lines up and whether Tom and his mates run a little slower than they think they're going to, and I can get on the back and suck it up for 67 odd minutes. And then I think the third lap's going to be the hardest.
It is for like every event, like from the 800, third 200, right, is the hardest.
1500
like
third lap.
Yep, 1500 third lap. My 4 reps the other week, the third rep.
Yeah.
Like it just is that mental block there
You're
where
like so close yet so far.
Yeah, you can't quite see the end and you're starting to hurt. Yeah, that's literally where you can gain or lose a lot.
So I want to be really disciplined in that third lap, but also be quite kind to myself. Like, I don't think you can quite go to the fuck you gear yet. You got a long way to go. You can pull that gear out with 8K to go, and you can flick the Queenie and I call it flicking the red switch. So you can bleed for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. You can convince yourself that you're a horrible person and deserve to be in pain and suffering, which it works. Worked for me anyway. But I don't know if you can do that at 21K. I think
It's a long way home.
Yeah, the hardest part about that is I think because I've been pretty half marathon dominant, I feel like my body thinks it's done. And it's like, hold on a minute. We're 70 minutes, or we're 75 minutes, or we're 80 minutes. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
He ain't stopping.
Asshole. So I think that's kind of, that's how I feel about that. But we'll go through the race plan once I've got that dialed in, so everyone knows where to yell at me and stuff. Give me home. What else we got, Tommy?
Well, we can talk about your warm up.
Yeah, I was just going to
Leading
say
into
race plan.
race day warm up.
Yeah.
Not very exciting for a marathon.
No, but I think people will be really surprised. I'm amazed at how many people do no warm up. Was it something for you, Anna, once you started working with? I mean, I guess you've been around Henry so much, but
Yeah, I've always kind of done a bit of a warm up, just to like, even for the mental switch. Like not only like just been like, okay, this is what we're doing right now. But yeah, Henry's much better at warming up than I am.
But I'm always amazed at how many people just sort of like get out of their car and walk to the start line.
Yep.
And they don't do like at least like
It's
a fast walk or a jog
Yeah.
or something that kind of like, because you're looking to get some mitochondria going, you're looking at some blood flow going, you're looking at getting mentally switched in and dialed in.
And I think for us, we like one of our mental switch on things is when we change into our fast shoes, right? And yeah, like it's funny that some people don't do that. It's just like they turn up and run, whereas I need that mental switch.
People look at us weird for changing our shoes in the park, right?
Oh yeah, I'm constantly running down there with a spare, like a pair of shoes in my hand.
So
People must think I'm so weird.
People knew what those shoes are worth. You might get tackled.
especially those ones.
Especially the Adidas.
Yeah, especially those.
No, so my warm up has kind of evolved over time. I think probably the same with you, Kat. When we were younger, doing a lot of track, it was pretty rigorous. You're starting 50 minutes beforehand. You're going for 20 minutes or 15, 20 minutes of jogging. You're doing some dynamic drills, maybe some jumping, some plyometrics. Then you might be doing another 5 minutes of slightly more up tempo. And then depending on if you're running a 5K or something, you might be doing a minute to 90 seconds of threshold. Just so you, when you're standing on the start line, you're like, oh, I'm kind of on. For a marathon, it's about energy saving. So really, it's like, what's the least amount of something I can do for the maximum amount of gain for what I need? It's kind of the way I'd look at it. So for me, it's like a mile of jogging, and in really warm gear. So I think tights, tracksuit pants, or hoodie, top, like try and get as warm as you can in that small amount of time that you're giving yourself to kind of jog. Like I think if you have shorts and a t-shirt or singlet on, your body's going to take longer to get warm. So you can kind of lift that or maximize that, the potential of that warm up. And then still a few leg swings, get the hips moving. I'm getting old.
Warm the joints up.
Warm the joints out more than anything. But I mean, I do a lot of that stuff in the house before I go out even. Like I do have probably more of a ankle stability and hip mobility kind of 10 minutes that I basically have to do. I can't run without it.
Can't get out of bed without
Like so I climbed up on the bed last night and the back of my hip sacral made this awful noise. Kay's like, what fucking joint was that? Like it's like it just sounded like the Tin Man of fucking Alice in Wonderland. So that's not good.
Wizard of Oz. Anyway.
Wizard of Oz. Who's fact checking?
Shazam.
Shazam over here. Who's in Alice in Wonderland? Well, it doesn't matter. I don't even care. They're both
rabbit,
stupid
The
movies.
Queen.
Actually, Alice in Wonderland's a better movie than. That's
I don't know.
controversial. I might take that back.
Yeah.
I think I'm just angry at you for calling me out,
Yeah.
and I just reacted
It's
poorly.
I apologize.
I'm trying to have some better
It's
self-reflection.
okay. Acceptance is
Acceptance is key, and then channel my inner Buddha. I have started to read a book called Radical Acceptance. I'm also reading a book about business at the same time.
Which I'm going to get after you.
Yes, you're
businesswoman.
gonna. It's they talk about level 5 leadership.
I need level 1.
Nah. The level 5 leadership. It's such an interesting thing.
Stuff from the ground up.
Yeah. Nah. Well, because you have personality traits that you already get you there, but it's just how you evolve, how you react in situations, and how you build a team of people. And it's, if you haven't read Good to Great, it's a fucking fascinating book. I'm getting through 14 pages a night because it's so intense.
That's good.
And then I get about 15 minutes in and I'm exhausted. So, how about your warm up, Tommy? You read a book in your warm up? Isn't there an NBA guy who brings? No. There was some guy who bought a book in a sport somewhere, and he read a book on the shit.
While he was actually warming up.
Yeah, no, he has it on the bench, and he reads.
Oh, that's whack.
He reads it in between. It might be baseball or something.
Oh, there's the high jumper that reads.
Yeah, is it the high jump?
The diary.
No, she
In
like
between.
journals. Yeah, like about how it all went.
I mean, I could understand an audio book while you're jogging around.
I listen
But
to
like a
podcasts.
physical book?
Yeah. Hey, it's like people on the treadmill. You know they like jog and read.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
That's actually a
Oh,
skill.
that's weird.
One of my friends who's way more academic than me, she would like go on the treadmill like jogging and do like flashcards.
That's actually quite a useful way to learn, I suppose.
I can't remember.
Until they get sweaty and then they just all disintegrate.
No, on her phone.
Oh,
Not like
still applies.
Boomer alert.
What about your warm up, Tom?
Well, it's kind of. I'll jog a little bit longer than you guys, and then because I'm not running a marathon. And then just do leg swings and like the normal high knees and some basic drills. I wouldn't do crazy amounts of drills, like you do for track, and then do those two, like 90-second stride outs basically, to get the heart rate going a little bit, so the start of the race doesn't feel as bad, because we all know third rep. Oh, actually, third rep and the reps that I'm doing normally feels the best one.
Is that your last one?
No,
reps.
no. If you're doing like 8 by K or something, I feel like you're warmed up by the third rep.
Yeah.
True.
And that's kind of what you're trying to simulate by doing some run outs, like some extended run outs. So the first few Ks don't feel as rough. But yeah, I try to keep it pretty simple and pretty approachable. I feel like on race day, I don't really, like I used to do the whole headphones thing, and then I kind of felt like I ran better when I was in the moment and soaking it all up, like the atmosphere. I think I run or like race better when there's a big crowd and all of that stuff.
It's definitely easy to get up for it.
Yeah, it's much easier to get yourself going and get into that race mode, I think. And then I always feel like the crowd just lifts your performance without even trying. Like I remember it vividly at Nitro when there was like sold out crowds.
Best meet ever, by the way.
And I ran an 800 leg, and it was in a relay, and I like smashed my PB, but I felt like I could have kept going for 200 meters more. Like just wasn't tired, just running off pure like excitement, I guess, and adrenaline. So I've always kind of kept that in the back of my head. So whenever there's a big crowd, I tend to enjoy those ones more. Hence why I never run at Napunawai. It was like 10 people on the sideline.
The wind kind of sounds
And
like
the
a
wind.
crowd.
Yeah, sucks too.
Maybe they should put up like funnels or something so it
Yeah.
sounds like
Whistles.
cheers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Recorders just
Kazoos.
yeah.
Oh, at that point you may as well just hang some didgeridoos. You see, you could have a whole musical of It's interesting you mentioned about the mental prep though, because I feel like for me the music calms me down. If I have some nice kind of relaxed old school 80s hip hop or something, or raps, like keeps me down. I don't want to get up too early.
Yeah. For a marathon, I'd maybe approach it differently. But for for so long, I've only been running track races and 5Ks, and I feel like you want to be as amped up as possible.
Mate, that call room is a mess.
Yeah.
When you're in the call room and everyone's amping to hell, and you're like, everyone's buzzing and
Can we just
angry.
get on the
and
track already.
Get on the track and you can smell the testosterone.
Yeah.
It's not-
Yeah.
what are the girls' call rooms like? The track. You were just sitting there
They're
quiet.
pretty tense.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always one chatty person, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's Anna for sure.
It was Angie.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah.
yarning, yarning.
Is that a cool room spelled CALL rather than like a COOL?
Yeah.
It should be a cool room.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
just kind of makes me feel uncomfortable in there.
Because you're
You know.
sitting there for so long.
It smells,
Just nervous energy.
nervous
around.
energy and tension. They sit you there for so long.
Yeah.
Oska hasn't run an indoor track.
Oh,
That's even
Nah.
worse.
Can you imagine my ankles trying to go on an indoor track? Like,
Yeah. I
Your
think
centre of gravity is lower though, so you
Yeah, you'd
actually
be good
might
on the
do
bends.
quite well.
shorter people normally run better
Yeah,
indoors.
I always struggled.
calling me short. No. Interesting fact though, when I've used the power meters, because of the damage to my left ankle, I push no power out of it. So when I go around the bend of a track, I like push half the power of the straights.
Yeah.
So I suck.
You'd be alright on the indoor though, because it's camp.
Oh, is it cambered up?
banked,
Yeah,
so
okay.
Most
it's not really like it kind of is designed to defeat the purpose of a corner, like
It's so
outdoor.
bouncy.
And
Bank of
yeah,
America.
yeah,
Um,
they're fun indoor tracks.
they are. Speaking of fun, I think Puma's new ad campaign.
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't actually see it either.
Give
We
me
play it, should we could put it over the YouTube clip.
I might add it if I can be bothered. Otherwise, people should go search it. But it's called Runners High. Hold on, I'll try to find it. And it's basically they've like dubbed over the song. I'll play it.
I was gonna sleep in late, but then I got high.
So what's the video to it?
I was gonna let that heal, but then I got high. I just wanted to walk the dog. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a good ad.
That's actually really good.
Because I guess what we're seeing is this. So if you haven't seen it, it's on the Puma Instagram page. But I guess what we're seeing is this. We were talking about it with the Say Sky product with our friend earlier, Tom and I. But we've seen this run culture thing
Yeah.
like coming, and we're seeing this kind of crossover of like this kind of cool. You know, I would never have imagined 20 years ago that like R&B would be backing a running ad for Puma about getting high.
Runners.
And then because the Say Sky stuff has that smoke track, not crack on it.
Yeah.
One of
it
the
does
pieces of
too.
clothing. So I don't know. I just think it's Puma just nailed it.
Yeah.
I want to see how far they lean into that. Like how far they think they can push the envelope with it. I don't
Interesting
know.
to see.
Like it's so where the crossover of culture and music and arts and running, and we're seeing that with all the cool patterns and
All the collabs and
the
things.
collabs and things.
Yeah.
Like it's just super. I think it's pretty cool.
Because running is really cool.
But as we were talking about when we recorded with Laura this morning for her, which honestly, you guys, that will probably be episode number 42. It's a good episode. She got some great stuff to say. We've got our own collab, haven't we? Here, Anna?
Oh yeah.
Anna designed her first piece of clothing, so Judd, watch out. I don't know if Judd's listening anymore. I think he
Probably
gave-
not.
he gave
No,
up
I
on
don't
us.
think,
gave
I don't
up
think
on us.
just listening.
So we have some custom shoe socks, which Anna has put together.
They match the Run Club kit, and they're the shoe racing material, so they're super nice. And on the inside of each of the socks, it says the phrase of the season. So no runner left behind. So they're pretty cool. So it's really good that they've arrived before the marathon because we were a bit worried about that, but they'll be up on the website soon.
Yeah. So the one sock's pink, one sock's blue. On the blue sock, the ring is pink, and on the pink sock, the ring is blue. So, I think they did a pretty nice job. Looks cool. It'll suit the new kit once Precio get that to us. So that'd be pretty cool. We haven't done custom socks before. First time for everything. Should we talk about some shoes? Shoes?
Yep.
No? Tom's checked out.
No, I was just reading the list.
Oh, have we made it? Have we made it to shoes?
It was if you could only run in one shoe for the rest of your life,
I think
past
we've
or
done
present.
that.
We've definitely done that before.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mac. Yeah, shoes.
Shoes?
Well, it'd be very expensive if you chose this shoe to run in for the rest of your life.
Well, you wouldn't be doing much running.
Now the debate comes in: price or PB.
Yeah, this is price or performance.
Yeah.
How much would you pay for a PB?
What do you want to pay? Yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
I think that's a really great question, and we should answer that.
Yeah.
So if you had not unlimited resource, but like, you know,
LeBron James resource.
yeah, okay, yeah,
And he pays like, what was it, $1 million on his body every year or something?
yeah. But I
perform.
mean, he's making that an hour.
Yeah, no.
Well,
But
money
this
is
is
not an issue. I
Yeah.
would buy whatever I wanted.
First I'll buy a house.
Because I get like, so we're talking about the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro Evo 1. And what I'm getting at is, like, obviously there's a massive uproar with Nike when they released Next Percent or whatever it was, that it wasn't like mass available, so not everyone should be able to use it, and that's when the 40 mil stack hike came in. And it does. Is this the same conversation because it's priced at $800? Is that making it unavailable for like the accessibility piece? Is that still?
Yeah, it does. Absolutely, it does.
But
Not really.
do you think if
No, majority of people cannot afford that.
They
So that
can't
wipe-
afford it,
that
but they can
wipes
still
out a
pay
lot of-
for it. It's still available to them. Like, it's not
Yeah,
like
well,
it's.
so is $1 million house
it's
is
got
still
afterpay?
available.
No, it's joking.
Quiet in the court.
Yeah,
One at
but
a
Nike
time,
was
please.
doing it. Yeah, it was different. It's different. Like, they only had prototypes on Pro's feet, so you couldn't buy them anywhere.
Okay, so
Whereas
it actually wasn't available.
It wasn't
for
available.
people.
Yeah, yeah. Whereas this is available, but it's just available to people who
To the elite.
either want that PB really bad or they have a lot of money and they can afford to just splash out. But
I can't afford to splash out, but I have, so whatever. Come out.
but was it worth it?
Well, yes, I think so.
There you go.
Splash out.
That's the debate.
Who did we decide that was yesterday? From Bob the Builder? Yeah, well, I think so. Dizzy?
Something.
It was literally 24 hours
Yeah,
ago.
no, we can't remember.
We suck.
It's
Come
a
on.
little red hammerhead thing.
No, it was the blue truck.
like
Can't remember
I'm
his
pretty
name.
sure it's Dizzy. Isn't
No, Dizzy's the concrete mixer.
it? Us.
You're the only one with a kid, also with
I know.
kids.
True. Okay, anyway. So, the first thing I'll say about this is I thought I needed to go half a size bigger. Once I've settled into it, I'm going to go half size down for the race. So that's right. I'm going to burn through 2 pairs. I know everyone's like, oh my God, he doesn't care about the environment. And you're right. In this instance, I just want to run fast. So if Karma's going to come back and slap me, then Karma's going to come back and slap me.
It's okay, he'll plant a tree.
I'll plant several trees.
I mean, the amount of material that's on that, I don't think it's going to do anything to the
No.
environment.
So the tech in this is crazy.
Yeah.
And
It's like nothing else on the market.
I have run in shoes for 20 years or whatever and sold them for nearly 15. I've never, like, even when I put the Nike on for the first time in Melbourne when it had just come out, this is different. It's not the same. The midsole material is made in a slab and then laser cut. So that's the first thing that makes it crazy expensive is that technology is limited. The next part is normally what you have when you are making a shoe, you have like a plastic hockey puck that goes inside of a mold. The mold is heated and gas is smashed into it, and then it is like a hyperbaric, boom, everything blows up. And then they squeeze it back down again. So that's when you get that like compression molded EVA or whatever your PEVA material. That's how that kind of works. Now with a material like this is there's no compression. So it's just boom, blown up into what it is. And then it comes out and then they cut it in the laser cut. There's no strobel board. It's just the upper is just stitched onto a very thin layer of material which is on top of the well, I guess you call it, but you can't really. It's not really one there. There's no inner sole. The upper is like a very thin weaved mesh.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like paper.
It's almost disconcerting to wear it because you don't feel like you have anything on. I mean, I was in an area where we sold New Balance Minimus road shoes where I ran in a pair of Asics Piranhas. And because the road was you were so close to the road, it felt like you were wearing a shoe because it was so hard. This is weird because the upper feels so light and breathable and hardly there that it doesn't really feel like there's anything on your foot. And the midsole material isn't soft.
Mm.
What would you describe it, Tom? Like it's a weird.
Yeah, it's not firm. It's just super responsive, I think, because it's so like it's blown up to its utmost form
Yeah.
that you get every bit of response back from it. It's
Yeah.
basically the best way to put it, I think.
I felt like I ran on top of the shoe, not into the shoe.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know, like
because I think because it's so expanded that you only have to put the slightest amount of pressure onto it, and it just shoots back to your foot. So you don't really feel like you sink in or anything.
and you haven't got the inner sole to go through, and
Yeah.
like I guess
You're getting everything back.
you sort of what you will see is if you're watching on the YouTube video, I've run 41k in this. The upper is the glue is peeling away from the upper, in the midsole, and then the Adidas logo is already starting to peel. So I mean, we kind of went, oh, surely it's going to last longer than a marathon. Like,
I think the foam will last longer.
Yeah.
As long as you don't run in the rain.
no, I mean that's the thing, right? These models that we have here are the original version, so it is that very slick outsole. So in the rain,
Yeah.
it's raining next Sunday, I'll be in the Puma for sure. But
Yeah.
If it's dry, I'll be in a pair of these. You got some stats for it? Did you find some stats?
Yeah, I did. It is 6 mil drop.
Huh. Feels like more.
Feels like more probably because it's like I want to say even like a 70% rocker or a 60% rocker, like so far back in the shoe. So you just roll off the front. But it's a 39, 33. 39 mil in the heel, 33 in the front. And then what's it, 136 grams or something
Yeah,
for
so-
a men's size 9.
So I worked out that in my men's 8.5, it's 80 grams lighter than the equivalent from another brand that I'd wear, which
Yeah.
works out to be nearly 80 seconds over a 2.25 hour marathon.
So the midsole compound is also 40% lighter than the Adios Pro 3.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
because it hasn't been re-crushed to get
Yeah.
the same height. So you've got the same stack heights, but it's not recompressed
Yeah.
after it's molded, I think is kind of what I got there.
Yeah.
But it comes with a pretty lofty price tag,
$800 sold.
which is, I mean, I said it with Laurie the other week when we recorded. I didn't know how we got here. It's weird, eh? Like, how did we end up?
Get into running, it's like so cheap.
I mean, you don't have to buy this. This is pretty crazy, but
They Adidas have marketed the shoe in a great way, I think. Like, it's marketing genius. They held off for ages. They put it on all their pros, had their pros run super quick in it, break world records, whatever. And then because it was a prototype, no one else was able to buy it. So they held the suspense for ages. Like, everyone was looking for something on eBay or whatever. When's it going to pop up? And then they finally released it, like a year and a half, 2 years after the first one was put out. I think they did a batch initially to see if people would buy it at the price tag. Like, they did a small batch, and it sold out in 12 hours. So they're like, okay, well, this actually works. People want to buy it. So then they've now made it a retail shoe.
would you judge me if I wore this as a casual shoe after I've worn it out?
Shop shoe.
I mean, the only problem with the foam, though, is it just picks up every bit of dirt that you stand on.
Yeah, it's
because it's so...
so porous.
Yeah.
So look, it's a phenomenal piece of engineering, and we're going to see a shoe from Essex,
Yeah.
which we can't talk about, but we're going to
It's
see
very
a shoe from
similar.
Essex, which is very, very similar. And we also noticed that with the new Nike has come down in stack and down in weight too. So the race is, can you make a shoe at 130 grams for a men's UA size 9 that has the same responsiveness as the original kind of super shoes, right?
Yeah.
So crazy. If you got $800 and you want to try it, why not?
Yeah. Go for it.
I can't think of a reason not to actually, which is I feel like I'm
It's
pretty
an
genuine when we talk about this stuff.
insane feeling, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's buzzy, man.
Definitely feels like a different experience to any other flat I've worn. And I haven't even run in it. I've just done a straight out in it. But
We had to clean the bottom up so Jules could have a pair.
yeah.
Have you had a go yet, Anna? Have you had a...
No, the smallest size we have is like an
Eight.
8. men's, and it's just quite big on me.
Gotcha. There's a couple of size men's 7s, women's 8s on the way, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Megan sorted that out for us, we had Megan here on Tuesday night for Run Club. Had Adidas supporting the crew. We had Pro 4s, Primers, Solutions, and the BYD, which is a terrible name for a shoe.
Yep.
That's one letter away from being inappropriate. Isn't it?
I don't even know what it stands for.
Yeah, I'm not picking up what you're putting down.
I was just talking about a big yellow digger, you know?
Yellow digger. Yeah.
Just talking about Bob.
Yeah.
Bob the Builder is a big yellow digger. No, so we had the Adidas, Sarah, Megan, and a couple of other girls, and they had snacks and drinks, and we did a little out and back. 70 odd people, 2 people won a pair of Pro 4s, and then we've Matt got a pair of the BYDs. The BYD is basically their Bondi with a slightly rigid kind of plate in it. He's obviously got that big toe problem, so that is great for him. He's been a Bondi guy for a while, so similar idea. Just an Adidas styling. So that was cool. 35-minute run. We had the videographer was there. Some awesome pictures that have come up, including my favourite, which is on the desktop over there, actually.
Yeah.
It was a sick photo. So, it was a pretty cool community. People are kind of getting a little bit nervous 10 days out from racing too. There's a bit of nervous tension around last week. So, and then next week we're in the park with Essex, as we learned from Greg yesterday in the podcast that you guys can't listen to because the audio is fucked. So you're just going to have to take our word for it. That dude's smart, speaks really well, and Essex is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about Essex in the thing, or are we going to get in trouble?
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, so first thing I'll say is, because he already said it, there's 2 new shoes from Essex coming.
Yeah.
The Mega Blast
And Sonic Blast.
and the Sonic Blast. We're allowed to talk about that. Both of them using the aliphatic TPU that the Puma uses for their Elite V3. Won't be the same compound because of patent issues, but they're using it. The Mega Blast will essentially be a more responsive Super Blast built on what is, for all intents and purposes, the same idea but better sidewalls and a lower pitch. It was, I think
I
it
don't
was.
know. I don't think so.
I'm thinking in my head. I'm trying to remember. And yeah, so and then the Sonic Blast will probably replace Magic Speed, which has got a bottom layer of the Turbo Plus PIBA, a top layer of the Turbo Squared, which is the aliphatic TPU, a stiff nylon plastic plate. And actually, I reckon a pretty nice upper. It's quite lightweight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought they did a good job with the upper compared to the Magic Speed, definitely.
It's going to be a fun shoe to run.
I don't understand why people like the Magic Speed.
Yeah. I know. I feel like the Magic Speed didn't quite compete in the space they wanted it to, because it was like, if you take the Saucony Endorphin Speed, for example, it's got like a nice foam all the way through it, and then the nylon plate. But the Magic Speed just had that. It still had just like, it just felt really firm and not very responsive. And I think that it's the Sonic Blast, right? Is that the
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
Sonic Blast.
The Sonic Blast, I feel like it's going to directly compete with those other ones. So we'll have a strong contender in that space.
And we haven't seen a shoe yet trying to join PIBA and aliphatic TPU yet. We don't have one of those. How are they going to respond together?
Yeah.
That will be interesting because for us, the compression rates of those two materials, even if they're the same density, is very unique. And so I'm interested when you have a top layer of one, a plate that disperses force, and then a bottom layer of the other. How's that going to work? And does anyone actually give a fuck? And probably not. I care because that's the type of thing that I care about.
And they're kind of coming out mid-year.
September?
September,
I think.
yeah.
Let's talk about that. And then Essex have also signed a unbelievably high-profile athlete, which Tom is so worried that I'm going to say out loud and get us in trouble. But apparently it was going to be announced by lunchtime today, and it's not. And this is going to go out in about an hour because we recorded yesterday. It didn't work, so now we're here, and here we go. So I don't think I should say it. Anyway, he
Or she.
he is fast at multiple disciplines.
Oh my God, Oska.
I'm out of this. You can't tell me this, dude.
No. And I think it's a it's a bit of a coup.
It's a very exciting signing.
Yeah. I'm stoked for the brand and stoked for the individual who was fast at many disciplines over lots of distances. It's gonna be amazing. So, what didn't we cover? I feel like the girls saw on the.
Cat's last episode.
Oh,
I
we
was
didn't talk about
trying
Murray
to do
Plant.
an Irish exit and not tell anyone.
We didn't talk about.
Murray Plant.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was like, moving on.
Oh well.
Tom's like, I'm ready for my afternoon snack. I think your nickname should be Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster.
Or Nature Valley Bar Monster.
Nature Valley
Yeah,
Bar
me and
Monster.
Bailey demoed them. They're gone.
The driest, crumbliest
That's
bars
so
in the
good.
history of the world.
It's
Are
so
they?
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Unreal.
not the history of the world, because I was in a hotel in Amsterdam the day before I flew home from Europe, and the only gluten dairy-free breakfast option they had was this fucking disgusting biscuit.
crumbled away.
Oh, honestly, it tasted like what you'd feed the pigeons.
Like cardboard.
It was like bird seed, and I remember and it was like tomato flavored.
Oh.
A tomato flavored biscuit.
And I'll admit, I was a little bit hungover, still.
That would have tasted.
It was honestly, I almost to the point where I was like, I'm just having a piece of toast, and the person sitting next to me on the plane can bear the consequences because this is terrible. No, it was pretty bad. But
Bit of a low
Sounds
point.
gross.
so if you compare it to that, yeah, it was like tomato, basil, breakfast, seeds. Oh,
Nature Valley's good.
Nature Valley's good.
Anyways,
Nature Valley's good.
today's podcast is brought to you by Nature Valley.
I wish it was.
for all intents and purposes, it is. No, actually, this week's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Features.
Oh, we do have a sponsor.
Features. Well, like we've tacked it on because Features is giving us at least 100 pairs of socks to give away at our Shakeout Run next Saturday, 9:30 at the Christchurch Marathon Expo.
And Pure's also come to the party with a few gels too.
Yes, so a gel for everyone who comes?
Yeah.
So Pure are going to give one gel, just the one. Going to just hook you in with a little, you're going to buy
And
7.
we'll also have them for sale at the expo. No.
No, we won't, because they're going to have
They
their own
will.
stand.
Yeah.
But Pure will have their own stand. So if you're the first 100 people there, you get a free pair of socks. If you just come and run with us or Tom or Ben or whoever, you will get a gel as well. So thanks, Features and Pure. Anything else we're going to add?
Bye, Cat.
No, I planned on remotely being involved in the podcast still. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah, hopefully it's like a yes. We're just-
It
Yeah.
does work.
Oh yeah, you did with Laura, so
Yep.
it works.
yeah,
works.
it works really well.
Perfect.
So yeah, we might try and work that into the schedule.
Yep.
Um,
Keep you updated.
for all things Nelson, which I think is exciting. How are you?
I'm really excited.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I'm like super pumped to get up there. Like new scenes, new running places, new community to get involved with. So yeah, I'm excited to see how that store grows.
We will begin the takeover of their socials in the next, probably after the marathon, and we'll start. We've already started to formulate the plan of what shoes we're going to have up there. The four of us, and Katie sat together with Jan earlier in the week. Oh, you guys have got an awesome team. I think it's going to be great.
It's gonna be fun.
And you're going to do a great job. And we're going to bring the fun to Nelson.
That's right.
Bring the fun. Tom.
Tom's not coming in now.
Honestly, we talked to Laura for 70 minutes. Like, we've done 2.5 hours today. I think we've done pretty well.
And yesterday.
And then yesterday we did 2. Yeah, we've done 5 hours of podcast in the last 24 hours. Like, this is pretty good. So I got nothing, I don't think, to add. Anna, you got nothing, mate?
No.
Poll of the
Oh,
week.
buy the expo deals. Otherwise, Oska said he'd fire me.
Well, no, people should buy the expo deals because if they don't, I won't be able to afford to be Anna, so she'll quit. No. Well, maybe. What's the poll of the week, Tom?
Well, Mac has her best post-run treat.
It was my idea, actually.
Oh,
I put it in the group chat.
donut pastry or cake slice. That's
You know-
Chocolate
That's a
milk.
good one, actually.
Yeah, I'm talking about it's a classic. But Pack and Save do the best like cream donuts. 100%. Oh my god, they're like $4, but delicious.
That's good.
Can't beat a good cream donut.
I may have to go with a pastry on this one.
Shut up.
And thanks for joining us, guys. We'll leave it at that.
Did we get through the whole
I've changed my mind. I don't want to come back on.
Did we go through the whole show without a sexual innuendo?
No, because you ruined it.
Yeah, no, we actually didn't already. I don't think.
No, we have.
Okay.
Did we go through the whole thing?
Well, you talked about sperm and eggs.
Oh,
and
but that's
all
not
that.
that's not innuendo. That's not innuendo. That's just, I'm just
That was
straight out
facts.
there.
Yeah, I know.
We're just spitting cold hard biology. Kit's the one suggesting she likes. No.
Cream. What is wrong with a cream donut?
Nothing. They're great.
I'm just glad you said donut, not pie.
Good to know you said donut.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
I'm going for a piece of chocolate cake.
perfect. What are you going for, Tom?
I'll go for a donut or a pastry. Yeah.
Do you know what I really miss about being gluten free? Is those chocolate croissants.
Yeah.
With the Kit Kat bar in the middle and the croissant that was warm. It's like, oh.
Pistachio croissant. Have you had that? Mm-hmm. They are good. It's a big thing in Europe.
Not as big as Tom.
They're really nice.
Just remember, guys, if you're going to have snacks, always eat your veggies.
And your Nature Valley. Thank you.